Welcome back to the Lockwood Chronicles. My name is Larissa, and today we are going to be going over all the books I read in April. Yay! This book monthly wrap-up is going to be a little sneak peek into my book haul that's coming up next week. So look forward to that. There are 4 books on here that are half a series that we all know because I did a whole reading vlog on them. The first book I read in the month of April was Bridgerton, The Duke and I by Julia Quinn. Whew, my mistake. This is a fake dating trope, and then feelings ensue, and it's wonderful. If you haven't watched my reading vlog on this with my full thoughts, it is very, very good. It is very different with a few similarities, obviously, from the Netflix adaptation of Bridgerton. But Daphne, chef's kiss, wonderful. I love her so much better in the book. She is powerful and strong and smart, and not that she's not all those things in the show, but you just definitely see more of her character, and I absolutely love it. So this was fantastic. Following up with the second Bridgerton book, The Viscount Who Loved Me by Julia Quinn. Also, season 2 is out on Netflix. Very, very different than the show. It's an enemies to lovers or hate to lovers romance. It's just so cute. It's so cute. I liked show Kate better than book Kate in this one. However, still fantastic. You just love those romances. I did a whole reading vlog on both of those books, so check that out. If you'd like, I'll link it somewhere up here. No surprise, the third book that I read this month is Bridgerton number 3, which is An Offer from a Gentleman. I didn't think I was gonna like this one as much as I did. Not that I'm saying it's bad. I absolutely love this one. The start of it is parallel, like very cut, copy, paste, whatever of Cinderella. And I was like, oh, it's just gonna be another Cinderella story. And it very similarly is, but make it spicy, make it Bridgerton. And I just love Benedict so much, especially from the show. Benedict was my favorite. He's just so funny. He is fantastic in the book, but it's very much parallel to a Cinderella story. So going into that, rags to riches, or riches rags to riches, whatever it is. And it's fantastic, and I absolutely love it. And I was just so happy with everything. Last of the Bridgerton series that I read for this month is Romancing Mr. Bridgerton, which is Penelope and Colin's story. I have thoughts. Penelope deserved so much better than Colin. Colin is such trash. He's such trash to her. He is so insecure about so many things, and he takes it out on her and is jealous of her success and just is so rude about it. And she's such a simp for him. Such a simp. As I'm reading it, I'm going, why does she do this? Why is she such a simp? I'm also in the simp club. I get it. He just doesn't treat her well, and it's so frustrating. Like, in the end, yes, they love each other, whatever, but I just didn't feel it throughout. I didn't feel it. She put him up on a pedestal and couldn't get past that and allowed him to treat her terribly for so long. Justice for Penelope. Next up, I listened to, I don't know why I'm waving. I actually have a wand. I don't know why I have a pen and waving it around like this. Next up, I listened to Lauren Graham, Talking as Fast as I Can on audiobook. Checked it out from Libby. I loved it so much. First of all, I'm a huge Gilmore Girls fan. I grew up with that series. The technology changes through all of it was happening in my time, and which is just wild enough watching it back. It's crazy. And so she is talking about how she got into that show, and pretty much that's the focus mainly is on Gilmore Girls. However, she does how she started acting and a few of the other projects that she's done before and since, and just kind of her life is how it is, and just how big of an impact Gilmore Girls had on her and everyone around. And I own all the seasons on DVD, and I love them so much with all of my heart. I just love them so much, and it was just beautiful to listen and reminisce with that, and it makes me want to watch them more and go back to Stars Hollow and root for all of the good boyfriends of Rory. Actually, just pretty much figure out who I think Rory should be with, because you know, I was always team Dean for so long, and I was young and naive, and he is not great. Season 1 Dean, yeah, super great, but Jealous Rage, just no. He supported her, but Logan, I can't stand Logan. Anyway, let me know down in the comments below who should have ended up with Rory. Next up, I listened to the audiobook Educated by Tara Westover. This was beautiful. This was so amazing. I did not realize how much I would love this book. It is about a girl who is in a family who grew up Mormon. However, they're on the extreme side of Mormonism, and her father suffers from mental illness and essentially thinks the government is coming after them. And so this is a memoir or autobiography, whatever you want to call it. Her father doesn't want the kids to go to public school, and so they homeschool them, meaning that he pretty much works them in his junkyard. And it's about her overcoming all of that, trying to get out, trying to become educated. And she gets into college after studying by herself she just has to take the SAT or ACT to be able to get into, I think it was BYU, and go to school there, and how she works through all of her insecurities, her beliefs. And this is not really a spoiler, but just a frame of reference, she had no idea what the Holocaust was. No clue. Which is astounding. So she had no clue. She raises her hand in class and asks about that word, and the professor thinks she's joking, and everyone glares at her, and no one wants to be her friend after that because she had no idea. So it's about her struggle to overcome the box that she was born into and was raised in, and trying to expand and learn and grow after that, and how to escape the negative abuse cycle. There's so much heavy stuff in this book. Like I said, it deals with mental illness, physical and emotional abuse. It's so sad and so heartbreaking. I wanted to cry at so many points in this story, and it was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. I absolutely loved it. So I would highly recommend that to anyone who hasn't read it yet. Next up, I read In 5 Years. This book destroyed me. So the pitch for this that I heard was this woman gets engaged, she falls asleep on the night of her engagement, wakes up 5 years into the future. There's a different man in an apartment she doesn't recognize, but all of her stuff is there, so she obviously lives there. And they sleep together. He knows her, she supposedly knows him, but she's unsure. And they sleep together, and it was apparently the best she's ever had, full of passion and all of that. And then she wakes up back in her own time and is trying to figure out what the heck, how did that happen, kind of thing. It's not. I'm gonna cry again. Oh, that book, that's not the main focus of this story at all. Like I said, I'm like starting to tear up just thinking about it now. It is very much about the love of friendship and support and being like having a found family. Oh gosh, this book makes me super emotional. I would look up trigger warnings, especially if you are very sensitive to content regarding being a caregiver or having somebody close to you having gone through an illness or cancer or anything like that. If you want to stay away from that, because I thought this was going to be like a happy little rom-com, and it's very much not that at all. I really love this book, and I know it's being adapted into a film, and I don't know how I'm gonna be able to handle that. I loved it so much. I really did love this so much. Just have some tissues next to you, because I just sobbed for hours afterwards. So there's that. Last book, it is the book I'm currently reading and will have finished by the time this goes up. And that is the 4th Game of Thrones, which is A Feast for Crows by George R.R. Martin. And I am over 50% of the way through. The 3rd has been my favorite so far. This one I think has been my least favorite so far. First of all, I haven't had any of Daenerys or Jon Snow. They're not narrating. The chapters, like, you know how the chapters will say whose point of view you're seeing it from. It's a bunch of different people that we haven't had, and it's not their names. It's like the Reaver and the Iron Ship or something, or the Iron Captain or something like that. You're just not getting the main characters as much, which I'm really disappointed at, mainly because I really want to know what Dany is up to and what Jon Snow is up to. Also, the cliffhanger at the end of book 3 has not come into play whatsoever in this book. It's like it never happened, and I am so confused about it. So I don't know if it will show up later on, but oh shoot. This is even shorter than I initially thought. There's like that much left. There's that much left. And we haven't really gotten much, so I'm confused. I don't know. I'm trying to remember what this season was even about, and it's Arya goes to Bravos, and that's where she's at, is training with the no-face god thing, or the multiple face god. And Sansa is up with Littlefinger. Oh, what else? Samwell is making his journey down. Jon is now the Lord Commander of the Night's Watch. There's a lot that happened, but there's not really much being said about it. I don't know. This one isn't my favorite. I've been listening to it a lot too, because this past week especially, I've been commuting so much driving. I have driven an aggressive amount this week, so the majority of this is me listening to on audiobook. So maybe that is contributing to my reading experience, but I don't know. I don't know. We'll see how the last little bit. Yeah, I'm on 608. We'll see what happens. But those are the books that I have read in April. Yay! That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 books! Woo! I know 2.5 are audiobooks, but I count them because that is consumption of books. It counts. I am so happy. That was a great month. I have a very large TBR this month, especially. I don't know how we're gonna do it. So yes, we'll see at the end of this May's monthly wrap up how I did. I know I'm not sharing my TBR. I'm a mood reader, so it's really difficult for me to share my TBR. Things change, and I know people are interested in seeing what the plans are, but who sticks to those anyway? But that is gonna do it for us. If you like my bookish content, please feel free to give it a thumbs up for this video. If you would like to see more bookish content weekly, we're doing this weekly, how exciting. Please feel free to subscribe to my channel, that would mean a lot to me. And with that, respect others, respect yourself, and do something amazing with your day. Thanks, bye.